Hello friends, welcome to the fourth video of the data analysis course. Here we are going to perform the operations with now Pandas package. Last time we have seen the NumPy. Now let's continue with the Pandas. So basically the Pandas package is used to perform the data analysis operations on different kind of files. These data analysis operations includes all kind of analysis, including mathematical and statistical analysis of it also. This is required to get your data actually in the program, and then based on that we are going to perform several different operations on this file. Okay, it's a great language for doing data analysis, primarily because of fantastic ecosystem of data centric Python packages. It's one of those packages and makes it importing and analyzing easy than any other things. It builds on the package like NumPy, matplotlib, and gives you a single convenient place to do most of your data analysis and the visualization work. These are the main things that we require. Last time we have seen how do I use or install the Pandas package on your system. In this way, in this particular video, we are going to see how exactly the practical applications of Pandas can be done. Okay, so let's talk about the data sources. Okay, we have seen in machine learning data is the main source. So available data should be available to find a novel insights inside it or to build a mathematical model based on that. But where can I get this particular data? The data can be of any format. It can be a CSV file, it can be an XLS file, it can be a PDF, or it can be XML or database. Any kind of file format will be present there, and we are going to read that data using Pandas. And in Pandas some data structures are used to perform different operations onto it. Basically most of the time the data which is stored on the web, which is in relational format, in tabular format, follows the CSV file. Now why CSV file? CSV file is a tabular data structure. Its support is given by almost all kind of spreadsheet programs, including MS Excel and LibreOffice Calc. CSV file stores the data in tabular format, but what's advantage of it over other data, other type of the files? Minimum space and maximum information can be stored with the help of a CSV file. That's why CSV file is a preferable data file used by many data scientists or many data storage patterns to store the data inside it. Now CSV is a comma separated value. It means that the data is stored in tabular format, but the text format also file can be opened which contains the comma separated fields inside it. Now let's talk about data sources first. So here first we'll take this data into our program and then we'll perform some operations onto it. Before that, let's talk about the data sources. From where you will get the data. Now let's see. So on screen you can see kaggle.com's website. This is Google supported website from where maximum amount of the data sets are available. It's just like a community website where we can upload and download the data sets as well as the data analysis programs also. So you just can visit that and we can log in from your Google account. You can download any kind of data sets from this particular websites. Okay, so you can just check it out. This different data sets are available below, and there are different tools like maximum Pythons are used, or R is also available here. Even programs are available in the Jupyter notebook also. So here you can download data sets. Second website is UCI machine learning repository. Now this is one of the standard repository in the world from where the data sets can be downloaded. Currently UCI is having 497 data sets available on their website. So we can download the data sets from the UCI and we can use for our data analysis operations and machine learning also. Just look at that. This is Iris, one of the most popular data sets ever in the world. So if you just click on that, you go to data folder, and from here data can be downloaded. So maximum of these data sets are in CSV format. If you go to Government of India's websites, data.gov.in, here also we can download the data sets available. So currently we are having 3,85,239 resources available onto it. Okay, so these files also available in multiple things. Almost everyone is available in CSV format. Plus we can use XLS, JSON, or we can use XML format also supported to it. Next website is the data.world. Here also we can download different kind of the data sets for data analysis operations, and the last one is Quandle. They have given is world's most powerful data lives on the Quandle. Okay, so you can just search your data sets and download from here also. Okay, so you need to sign up here and then perform the downloading of the data. So these are the top 5 sources just I use to get the data in my programs. Lot many data sources are also available. We can choose that also, and every case maximum data sets are available in CSV format. So I'll be choosing CSV file format here. Many others are also allowed, that we'll see in later sessions, but let's see how exactly the pandas package will be useful for us to perform the operations of data analysis over here. Okay, so for our practice I have created this particular file. This is student.csv file. You also can create it. Open your LibreOffice Calc or MS Excel and type this data. So I will provide this particular file. Okay, so here 5 columns are there: role, name, class, marks and age, and 10 rows are present inside it. These are 10 roll numbers and their information is maintained inside this particular file. Now let's see the operations with this. So what I have done, I have saved this file in the current working directory. Current working directory means the file your program is also saved there. Even you can save anywhere, but I am preferring current working directory because directly with the help of file name I can access it there. Let's see. So there is a method by which you can access the current working directory's name. So I'll just go to create a new file here. Okay, in OS package I'll just import the OS, import OS, and os dot get cwd. Okay, so cwd is current working directory. See, in my case it is home/MITU. From this particular folder I can directly get the file without the full path of the respective file there. In your system, if you are using Windows, so you can have, I think, documents folder is there. Inside documents folder Anaconda 3 folder is present, and from that is your current working directory maybe. So you need to save all your data sets inside this folder, which is shown as the output by this particular function, that is get cwd. Okay, so you can try this, and in the same folder you need to save your file also. I'm just closing this, and now let's continue with the data analysis operations. So I have saved this file there, and now let's do the operations. I need to import this file first, so I have created a new file from here. So just look at this data analysis. So first of all we need to import the pandas package. So this is import pandas as PD. PD is the alternative name given to the pandas here. So when I imported it, okay, it will import the data analysis package pandas, and after that there is a function called as read_csv by which we can read this CSV file in your program. So data is equal to pd.read_csv and give this file name as CSV. Make sure that this file should be present in current working directory, and it should be represented by the same name. Maybe your extension is not given or extension multiple time given, it will show the error there. So I'll read this file. See this, the file is read, and when I print this, so just data I am printing, see the complete file will be read here. Okay, in this way, and check this. So complete content, I'll just make it more clear. Yes, let's see this. Now here I am printing the data. The complete data is read and stored in this format. So what data type that data carries? So data is of type data frame. Check this one. Pandas.core.frame, these are the name of the packages, and inside this data frame is a class whose object is this. So data frame is collection of rows. Okay, so basically it's collection of columns also. Collection of columns are of same type. So you can check it out. Role, name, class. Role is integer, name is string, class is string, marks is float, and age is integer. So like this, every column is of same data types. Okay, so let's see the complete number of rows and columns, how many it has. So you can find that with the help of the shape. See this, 10 rows and 5 columns. Okay, that's a shape, means total number of elements that we can find with the help of it. It's a two-dimensional data structures, that's why 2 dimensions are shown over here. Then if I want to identify the names of the columns, so I can find with the help of data.columns. You can see this one, role, name, class, marks and age. So make sure that this particular column numbers or names don't have any space before or after, or when I am to access this by column names, so that time it will create a problem, or it is also case sensitive. So if you are using lowercase, you need to use lowercase for accessing, and uppercase same case is there. Okay, they are the names of the columns that this particular data frame is having. Now I want to see first 3 entries of this particular row, this particular data frame. Basically, in actual cases, the data that you read will contain huge amount of information there, and if you print it, it will fill up the screen if lakhs of entries are there. I just want to see first few number of entries there. So these first few entries we can see with the help of the head function. So data.head and 3 is given there. It means that first 3 entries will be shown. Okay, and similar to that I can use tell. Fine, in this way. So data.tell, last 3 entries will be shown over here. Okay, you can check it out. See, first 3 and last 3 entries can be seen. So you can identify the data is well structured and carries the information also. Now if you don't write anything over here, the default value of this is 5. So see, last 5, same case is there for head also, first 5 or last 5 you can see. Or if you type only len, say this, len of data, so total number of rows will be printed from there. Okay, so len of data will be 10. Okay, so this is how we can perform some data display operations. Now few more data display operations are there. We can access this particular data with the help of one more attribute called as ILOC, data.iloc. Okay, so look at this particular statement here, data.iloc. So here what I have done, see the first statement mentioned here. So data.iloc in square bracket 2:9 and comma 3:1:4. So these are the column row sequence. Sorry, before comma we have row sequence, and after comma we have a column sequence. So row sequence is 2 to 9, but actually it goes to 8 only, just like range function, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and column numbers 1, 2 and 3 only, that will be extracted, just like slicing you can call. See, I am storing this data into the variable x, but if you don't store it, it will directly print. You can check this. Row number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, they are extracted, and column number 1, 2 and 3. So this is what we generally termed as the slicing, also data slicing. So these operations are also possible. So you can, if you want a subset of data set, so we can make use of this particular method. So I just can have x is equal to data.iloc, and after that I will print the x on the screen. So if you print the x on the screen, so we will get this particular data which were extracted from this data frame. It is not compulsory that you should have the same name. You can use df, xyz or any other name also which is representable for your program. Okay, now this iloc, you can see the multiple examples I mentioned over here. This iloc I can use to access the data in multiple ways. So let's look at this, the first case here. Here I have not given the lower bound for the rows. So when lower bound is not given, 0 will be the first row started from here, 0 to 8. Okay, and 1 to 4 column. Similar to that, if you are not given the upper bounds, see 2 till end, all the rows 2 to end of the row, and column number 1 till end of the column. Okay, so row numbers, row sequence and column sequence from the respective position onwards can be printed on the screen. Now for this case, from lower bound to 8 and 1, column number 1 till end, means any of this row and column sequence can be skipped easily, and then we can make use of this particular subset of data, and you can store that in your system in any particular variable there. See, many things are mentioned here. If nothing is mentioned, all the rows and column number 1 to 4, okay, 1 to 3. So row number 2 to 9 and all the columns, this case. So till 5th row 0 to 5 and till 3rd column 0 to 4, 0 to 3. Now this is what exactly all the rows and columns are extracted, nothing is given. Now for this case, column number 2 to 8 and exactly, so this one, exactly column number 2, exactly column number 2 is used here, exactly column number 2. Okay, so I'll just show you the output of this statement. You just can try on your system. I'll make everything in comment and then we'll go for one by one operations here. See, let's see this operation here. Okay, so what it shows, all the rows column number 1 2 3. Yes, see, all the rows column number 1 to 3 is name, class and marks. Okay, so I'll put it comment again, and I want exact row or exact column, don't give a colon there. See, row number 2 to 8 and column number 2. Okay, this is column number 2, which is class. Okay, fine. So in this way can access it, and if I use this method, yes, exactly row number 4 and all the columns of it. This is row number 4, row number 5, name, class, marks and age. Okay, and all the columns which are given over here, data.iloc. So it's not required to have a sequence. If you want to access single row or single column, that's also possible by this particular method. So iloc can be used to extract a specific row and columns or a sequence of row and columns by these particular methods. You can try this on a system, and as per requirement in data science, we can make use of it. Okay, now let's go for finding a type of it. So you are already seen data type of data variable is Pandas data frame, and data type of X, which is extracted from your data frame, is data type is also a data frame. Okay, so we are created a subset of this data. So most of the time in data analysis operations or in machine learning, some columns are required and some are not required. So to extract that or to discard some columns, we will be making use of this iloc method most effectively. Okay, so let's see one more I mentioned here, which we have already seen. Exactly column number 4 we can extract. Okay, check this. So all of they are working. One thing I need to mention over here is that, see, for this particular case here, for this particular case I am extracting rows and columns. So row number 2 to 8, column number 1 to 4. So subset is created here X. If you see the type of X, it is data frame. Okay, but if you exactly extract a row or a column, exactly extract the row or a column, this data type is different. So for this case I am extracting column number 3. Okay, exactly column number 3, and if you see type of this X is the series object, it's not a data frame. Okay, so it's just like series is similar to the array data structure in Python, but that series contains the numbers. Okay, that series contains the numbers of the columns there. Okay, I'll just look at this, what we have extracted. I'll just insert one more row below here, one more cell here, and let's print this cell. Okay, so let's extract it and then print it. Now see this, what's the difference between series and the array? See, array will contain only the values, but series contain the row numbers also. See this one, these are the row numbers which are also stored. And if you see the type of this X is a series kind of data. See this one, this is series. Okay, so what we can call data frame is collection of series objects. Okay, a single row and single column is a series. So so make sure that if you extracting single row or single column, that data type is different. Okay, let's continue. One more way to access it. Now I want to access the random rows and random columns. So here random rows, like I want to access the rows 2 6 8 9 and column 0 2 3. See this. So before comma I have given 2 6 8 9 and after comma 0 2 3. Okay, so let's check this. See, sorry, it's here. 2689. So row number 2689 and column 0, 2, 3. So 0, 2 and 3 columns are extracted, and row number 2689 they are also extracted. Okay, so this is also possible. You just can make a list of column numbers or list of row numbers there, and based on that you can access the respective data. Okay, so here also data type is data frame. Instead of this, even one more method, like I can make use of the range function. So we have seen the range function already in Python. From 1 to 10 increment by 2. So exactly odd numbers are extracted, or odd numbers list will be created by this method, range 1 to 11 increment by 2. So 1, 3, 5, 7, these are the element extracted. I can write this element as the parameter to this also. See this. So for this case, okay, check this. Rows numbers are given range 1 to 11 increment by 2 comma all the columns. So you just can check it out. What I have extracted 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So that number of rows exactly 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, which are extracted, and all the columns are also coming along it. Okay, so this method also I can follow to extract the data from the respective data frame. So let's see, that's what the meaning of ILOC is. Now ILOC, the iloc, extract the data from with the help of the numbers, row numbers and the column numbers. Now there is one more way to extract the data with the help of the column names or row names. So currently we don't have the row names. Row names can also be there. Column names. So let's see this example here. Okay, so for this case we have the column names data.log 229, and these are the row numbers, and which column I want to extract, that is mentioned here, marks. Okay, so try this one. So for I want to extract the marks from the row number 2 to 9. So here one difference is there. The log extract the last column also. See, 9th is extracted. iloc discards that, the last column is not considered there. Log extract that column. Okay, so column name is marks, which I extracted. Similar to that, I want to extract multiple columns. So for this case we have series extracted, and for this case we'll be extracting the data frame. Check this. Okay, now what I have done, name and marks. See this one, name and marks are extracted 2 to 9, and if I want to extract all the marks and names, see this one. So I don't require the loc, so I can directly make use of data of name and marks. See this, data in square bracket will be writing name marks. So 2 columns I am extracting without using the loc written over there. Okay, so the loc is written generally to extract the specific rows and the column names, but if you want all the rows and the column names, so you can make use of this particular method here. Okay, see this, data of name and marks. So exactly name and marks column is extracted, and that's printed on the screen. We can store it in another variable also. Now there is one more way by which you can extract the columns, like we can make use of the dot operator. See, data dot marks, but this is applicable to a single column only. Data dot marks, marks is the name of the column that we are going to extract from here. Check. So this is a series data extracted from here, data dot marks. Okay, so marks column is extracted. It's a series data object which is extracted from here. We can save in another variable also. Now let's see, there is one method called as a drop, data dot drop. Now maybe there are 20 columns and I don't want the column number 13, and remaining other column I extract, I require from there. So we can drop that column which is in between by this method, data dot drop age axis equal to 1. Now what do you mean by axis? So age column is extracted, but axis means basically the drop function works row by row. So actually it is used to perform the row deletion, but I want column deletion. So the horizontal axis is becoming vertical axis. Vertical axis means columns are considered and horizontal axis is row are considered. Default value of axis is 0. So if you don't write the axis, default value will be 0. So let's see this one, data drop. It means that row number 2 is extracted. So I am not given the axis. So when axis is given, column are considered, and when the axis is not given, rows are considered. So here I am dropping the row number 2. So 1 to direct 3, row number 2 is not present over there. I am dropping the row number 2, and remaining data is extracted from there. Okay, getting it? Okay, so that's how you can have the drop functions. Okay, so drop can be used easily. If I want to drop multiple columns, so I can make use of this. Check it out. Data drop age comma role, but they are given in the list format here, and then axis is equal to 1. It means that age and role are the column numbers, and if I want rows to get deleted, so axis is not required in that case. Fine. Now let's see. So I can one more way which I have chosen here without the colon. iLog function can exactly extract a value also. Exactly extract. So 3 1, third number row, column number 1 is written Ajinkya there. Okay, so in this way you can access a specific value from the data field. Can be integer value, string value, or floating point value. Okay, so in this way you can make use of this particular method. Now let's see a few functions which are applicable to perform some mathematical and statistical operations on that particular data. First function is info. So data.info. You just check the output of this data.info. The information related to the data frame can be printed with the help of the info function here. So info means it carries the object name, it carries the range index, it carries the data columns, total columns, their data types. Roll number is integer, name is object, class is object. Object means combinations. Basically, if one of them is string, so remaining other is considered as string. So object is just like a string. Then marks is float, age is integer, and this is a summary of it. Float is 1, 2 integers, 2 objects, and memory utilized is 480 bytes inside the RAM. One more method is called as describe. Now let's go for the describe function. See, describe. Describe shows the statistical properties of the numerical columns only. Okay, statistical properties of numerical column. You can check it on the screen. The statistical properties just like count, mean of individual columns, standard deviations, then minimum value, then first quartile 25%, second quartile 50%, third quartile 75%, and the maximum value. So these are common statistical properties we can see. So some of the algorithms of data science and machine learning requires to view these particular properties. So before actually applying the algorithm, we can view these properties with the help of describe functions. So describe is used to print the statistical properties, numerical properties of the respective numerical columns only. Now few more method is just showing it on the screen here. Check it out. Now I want to find the maximum from a respective column. So data of marks dot max. Okay, maximum of it. That can be identified by the max function. Similar to that, average is mean, then minimum value. How many elements are there? How many non-null elements are there that we can find by this? This is similar to the general max function also. See, this is data of marks dot max. Okay, so max is present. It's a method of data frame and series also. And here this is the function of general Python and providing data of marks column to it, and from that the maximum is extracted. Okay, so this is also, they are almost similar to that. The difference is that here max is the function and here max is the method. Okay, now sum. Addition of all the elements inside a respective column we can do by using sum. Even one more, standard deviation, STD is used to find standard deviation of it. Okay, standard deviation of respective column can be found by this method. Okay, so these methods are applicable to string columns also. String columns also, like count can be applicable to string column, mean, max. But mean, that is average method, is not possible to perform because it is numerical method only. Okay, so here I have applied these methods to the series object. Now these methods or functions can be applied to data frame object also. See, if I write data.max, see, max of every individual column is printed here. Okay, max of every individual column, roll numbers max is this, names max is this, so alphabetically it's checking here, class max is this, then marks is this, age is this, like in this way. Similar to that, all other methods can be applicable. Check this. So sum is also applicable. You can see the sum of string values, sum of roll, name, class, marks, age. Okay, so here are the minimum values, then these are the sum values. If you apply mean, so mean is applicable only to the numerical columns present over here. So number columns are roll, marks, age. Okay, so only to this mean is applicable. So it takes as per the data types of the respective data frame there. Okay, now if I want to find the transpose of this particular data frame, see, transpose, we know the transpose meaning. Transpose means row are converted to column and column will become row. So you can see this one, how the row and columns are converted to each other. Okay, so T, capital T is an attribute which is used to transform your data from column to row and row to column. Okay, so let's go for more operations. I'll just show you one more attribute present over here. So data of marks, that is what the series object is present, and after that I have written values, dot values. So dot values used to convert that series or data frame object into array format. See this one, when I write dot values, so most of the time I require the data to be in array format. So that array format conversion from series to data frame, a series or data frame, we can do with the help of dot values attribute. So here I have written data of marks dot values, and if you see the type of X is array, it is n dimensional array. If you print that, it is in array format. See, this is the array that's created, and if I want to make two-dimensional arrays, so it can be done by this method. See this. So I'm extracting marks and age. So if I'm extracting two columns, data, these are the data frame, data of marks, age, and dot values will convert that data frame in two-dimensional array. So look at that. This is the two-dimensional array created here, marks, and second is the age. Okay, so this is two-dimensional arrays created. Fine. So dot values is a very important attribute for conversion into the array format from the series and the data frame format. Now, so let's see next concept, what we call as the Boolean filtering. Now let's see this, what I have written here. In index parameter of data of marks greater than 60. So the people or the student who are having greater than 60 marks, their information is printed. I'll just show you the output of this only. This is filtering, where the condition is satisfied, there it will print true, and where it's not satisfied, there it will print false. Okay, so data of marks greater than 60. So as you can see, true, 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 true. So the 6 number of times it has become true, and whose value is true, I want to print it, so I can make use of this method here. Okay, see this now. Row number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, they are coming with true output. That's why that these particular rows are extracted and remaining others are not. This concept we term as Boolean filtering. Means whatever operation we have seen till, these operations were performing slicing according to rows number and column numbers. So they were not considering the values. Now for this particular case, we have considered the values present inside the field. So values are checked, and based on that we have extracted their data and printed it on the screen. Okay, now I can make the combinations also. See, this is how the combinations are possible. I just make the combinations. See these combinations. Combination is just like I want to access the first class students from the class BE. See this. So data of marks greater than 60 and data of class is equal to BE. Okay. So this AND operator is used to check both the conditions are true. If both the conditions are true, only in that case these rows will be extracted and you are printing the data on the screen. Check this one. All students are from B and their marks are also greater than 60. So all they are B and their marks are also greater than 60. So combinations are possible. So I'll just store these values in a variable data, and now I want to store these values into the CSV file. See, so x dot, so x the data frame created, and I want to save that in CSV format again. So x dot to CSV output dot CSV index is equal to false. Okay, so index equal to false means whatever row number contains, see this row number, these row numbers, these row numbers will not be saved in CSV file. Actually, they are not saved in CSV file when you import it, but when you export it, that time it will be saved. That's why I don't require that. So index equal to false. Output dot CSV, the to underscore CSV function used to save the data frame or the series into the CSV file format. If you want to store in HTML format, so you can use to.html. Okay, to underscore HTML, output dot HTML in this way. So HTML table will be created, and inside that will be saved. So this is even dictionary also, to dictionary, that's also possible. You can save in dictionary format, and many more methods are applicable. I'll just show you. So this is what dictionary is. Sorry, this is dictionary. Check it. Dictionary is created, and you can see it on the screen. Okay, or let's see, x dot to underscore. Okay, wait a minute. Will yes. So I'm giving a tab here. So suggestions will be given to you. Clipboard, these are the file format in which we can save this file again back. Getting? Okay. Out of that, we generally use CSV or HTML file format, and then we can further use this data for other operations. So this is what the basic operation, data analysis operation, that we can do with the help of the pandas. Now let's see some of the plots. See, for visualization of the data, we are having a matplotlib package, but the data, that is data frame and series, can also they are also having, these particular objects are also having the methods to print to visualize the data in multiple formats. Look at that. I've just printed the data plot, data.plot I have done here, and with the help of this particular plot, we can see the numerical entities. Data is my first variable which I extracted. See, data.plot. This is how roll numbers, this is what the marks are changing. This is how the ages are changing. This is how the roll numbers are changing. Their comparison we can see with the help of the plot method here. So all the numerical entities will come together on this particular single plane, and we can compare them with the help of this particular method. Now there is one more method called as the box plot. See the box plot. Box plot means comparison of multiple ranges. We can see, you can check it out. See this one. This is roll, marks, and age. Roll means roll numbers range is this. Okay, this is roll numbers range, and here a green line is the median of all the elements. We go to marks. These are the marks ranges. Okay, marks ranges. Okay, and this is your median is, and in comparison to that, we can see age. These are the age ranges, and there's one round circle we can find it. This is called an outlier. Outlier. We'll see in upcoming session what do you mean by outlier. Outlier means one of the entity which does not follow the properties of crowd. Okay, that's what the outlier is. So outlier detection can be done with the help of the box plot also. Okay, so this is how the box plot can be visualized here. Next is the histogram. Histogram is called as the frequency plot. Frequency plot. Frequency plot means what's the frequency of respective element within a range. So you can see here two elements are present from 0 to 10. Is that 0 to 10? Not 10 actually, from 1 to 20. Yes, 0 to 20, yes. 20 to 21, 21 to 22, 22 to 23, like how many elements are present. Then in marks also, how many elements are present in a respective range. 50th range, 60th range, 70th range, 80th range. That count is shown. This axis, that is your x-axis, is containing the number of entities, number of element in that particular range. Okay, that is what we call as the histogram. So these are the common operations that we can do with the help of a data analysis package called as pandas. So most of the time when you are going to read the data in your program and you have to do the descriptive data analysis operations, so you must be aware about this data structure called as data frame and the series. So in order to use, implement and utilize this particular data most effective way in your Python program, Pandas is expected. It is containing more operations, but it's part of practice. You can practice it and get the task done. So many more operations are yet to come with the Pandas, and how to apply that we'll see in the upcoming sessions. Thank you. Thanks a lot.